Hello friends, my name is Aditya Kauraskar. Today we are going to learn in this video the basic concept of linear programming problem. What are the requirements for linear programming problem? We will solve one numerical using MS Excel solver for the objective function maximization, and we will see how to add MS Excel solver in the Excel sheet. So first of all, we must know what is meant by linear programming. So a linear programming is a method of allocating limited resources, that is man, material, machine, money, etc., in an optimal way, that is to maximize the profit or minimize the losses. So here the word linear comes. What it linear means? The term linear is used to describe the linear or proportionate relationship of two or more variables in a model, and the programming is referring to a mathematical sequence which involves allocation of resources in an optimal manner. Okay, so here we first would like to see here the general formula for the linear programming problem. Before that, we must know what are the requirements for linear programming problem. Okay, in a linear programming problem, there must be a well-defined objective function. Means the problem that is given or the condition that is given should result in what? Either it results in profit, loss, or quantities that we have to produce. Okay, so that is the objective that we have to achieve. Then second is constraints or restrictions of resources, which are shown by less than equals to, and greater than equals to sign. As we know, in the universe there are resources which are limited in quantity, like man, material, machine, okay, etc. So these are limited in quantity, and we have to allocate these resources in such a manner that our objective gets gets optimum, like it we will get profit or we will minimize the losses. Okay, then we third point, that is the requirement for LPP, is decision variables. As the name only suggests, it is a variable that is useful for decision making. So these decision variables are going to affect our objective function. As this is a variable, means these variables are going to change. The values of these variables are going to change, and hence there will be change in profit, loss, or the quantities produced. Then the fourth utmost point is non-negativity condition or restriction. So the decision variables that we are having, they are non-negative in nature. So how it could be non-negative in nature? As we know that the quantities that we produce cannot be negative in the real time situations. Okay, so time cannot be negative. Hence the variables that we are taking care or we are taking should be positive. Okay, it should be, it must be equals to or greater than equals to the 0. So they are non-negative in condition. Okay, so we'll see the generalized formula for the linear programming problem. Okay, so here the first is, well, objective function is there. We must have an objective function. So here in the first line it is written z maximize or minimize. So if there is a profit, we will maximize it, and if there are losses, we will minimize it. So z maximize or minimize is equals to c1 x1 plus c2 x2 plus up to cn xn. So here x1 x2 up to xn shows you the decision variables, and c1 c2 up to cn is showing you the coefficients of these variables. So this is a well defined objective function. If there are only two variables, then it will be c1 x1 plus c2 x2. Then this objective function is subject to some constraints, means you are getting this objective function on if it is having certain constraints or restrictions on it. Okay, so subject to constraints. So first constraint number 1 is a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus dash 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 a1n xn. The sign may be less than equals to, equals to, greater than equals to b1. Okay, so here this is the first constraint a11 a12 a1n. So a11 first one refers to the first constraint. Okay, and second, here the 2 that is written, that is the second, for the second product. Okay, for the second variable the coefficient is there up to a1n x1 xn, and here the constraint or resource sign, the constraint or restriction sign is there, less than equals to, equals to, or greater than equals to, and b1 b2 b3 up to bm, this shows the availability of the constraint. Suppose this is the constraint 1. Suppose we are taking an example, constraint 1 is a time. Okay, the labor time. So labor time means the availability, the total availability of the labor time is 50 hours. Means we have to utilize the labor time in such a manner that it should be less than equals to the total available labor time. Then the second constraint, third constraint up to m constraints. So this is also requirement for LPP, that the constraints or restrictions of resources must be there in any linear programming problem. Then x1 x2 x3 up to xn greater than equals to 0. This shows the non-negativity condition. The restriction is that these variables, that these decision variables should be positive. Okay, so let us go to the numerical. So as we see here, there are three decision variables x, y and z. It means there are three products which are contributing to the profit. So let us say there are three products A, B and C. So these three products are contributing some profit to the total profit. So first of all we will write the profit per unit, and this total profit is subject to change with the decision variables. So we'll write here the decision variables. Now the total profit per unit from product A is rupees say 1. Okay, because the coefficient of x is 1 in the maximization function, the coefficient of y in the coefficient of y in the maximization function is 1 and coefficient of z is 3. So rupees 1 per unit by A, rupees 1 per unit by B and rupees 3 per unit by C. So we'll find the total profit. So how we will calculate the total profit? So the total profit will be 1x plus 1y plus 3z, that is equals to sum 1 multiplied by, say this is x, plus 1 multiplied by, say this is y, plus 3 multiplied by z. So this is equals to 0. If we say if we consider the value of x is 4, say here it is 5 and it is say 7, so our total profit will also change. So this is the decision variables we have to find, and accordingly the total profit will change. So our aim is to find out the decision variables first. Okay, now this objective function is subject to constraint. So there are two constraints, constraint number 1 and constraint number 2. Okay, so the constraint number 1 is for this constraint 3x, the constraint is 3, 2 and 1, and here for the constraint number 2 the coefficient of x is 2, then for y is 1 and for z is 2. Okay, now the total availability of the resources is the right hand side of inequality sign. So for the constraint number 1 the total availability is 3 and for constraint number 2 it is 2. Okay, now here also you can see in the constraint is in the form of 3x plus 2y plus 2z. So here also if we want to find out the total resource that we are going to consume, that total resource must be less than equals to 3 in order to maximize the profit. So 3 multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by y plus 1 multiplied by z. So in that form only we will find out sum 3 multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by y plus 1 multiplied by z. Okay, for the second constraint also sum 2 multiplied by here it is 2 equal to sum 2 multiplied by x plus 1 multiplied by y plus 2 multiplied by z. Okay, so this is the total consumption of the two resources, and this total consumption of the two resources must be less than equals to 3 and it is less than equals to 2. Now we will find out the solution. We want to find out the total profit. So how we are going to find out the total profit in the MS Excel? We will find out by using the solver. So in the data tab of MS Excel, you can see here on the right hand side corner there is nothing, it is a blank one. So here there is a one option that comes, that is called as solver. So here it is not available, so we have to add this solver. So the procedure to add the solver is go into the file menu, then options. In options a window will pop up, that then go to add-ins. In add-ins, after going to add-ins, you see here at the bottom manage. So here we want to add Excel add-ins, then go, a window will be at your screen. Here we have to check solver add-in and then OK. So now here you can see in the data tab there is one tab that has come, that is called as solver. Okay, so this solver will help us in finding out the total profit. So just click on the solver. So here in the solver I'll reset all the values. Okay, so in the solver the first is set objective, so where we want our value to be returned. So in this cell we want this value. Okay, now here our objective is to maximize, so there are options maximize and minimize, so we'll obviously click maximize. And next, by changing the variable cells, so variable cells are our decision variables, so click here and then just drag this. So these are the decision variables. Then go to the constraint, subject to constraints, means this objective function is subject to constraints. So we have to add the constraints. Okay, so add first constraint we are adding. So first constraint is this. So constraint number 1, so this is the total consumption, okay, that we have to find out, and this must be less than equals to 3. Okay, then add second constraint. So second constraint is this, less than equals to total availability. Then we will click OK. After that, just check whether this checkbox is checked or not. So make unconstrained variables non-negative. So it is our requirement for LPP that our decision variables must be non-negative, means they should be positive. Okay, so here checkbox, and we are solving this problem by the simplex method. So it is simplex LP, and then click solve. So solver result window is there. Solver found a result. All constraint and optimality conditions are satisfied. So click OK, and here we can see our answer to be 3. So the total profit is equals to 3. And what about the value of x, y and z? So the value of x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, and z is equals to 1. Okay, so it means that we will produce 0 number of A product, 0 number of B product, and will produce 1 product of C, and it will contribute to the total profit, and the total profit becomes 3. Okay.